am Wisitaning Sikabanga from class A. In this video, I will tell video about how to improve English fluency. This is speaking for academic purpose, assigned by Selfie Panggua MPD. Before we start our lesson, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. In this lesson, you can learn how to speak more fluency in English. How long have you been studying English? Do you find that sometimes that even though you study hard, you can speak fluently? Do you learn a lot of grammar and vocabulary, but you find it difficult to make sentences when you speak in this lesson? We are going to talk about fluency and what we can do to change this situation and improve your English fluency. Part 1. What is fluency? Sometimes when people talk about fluency, they just mean speaking a language well. For some people, speaking English fluency just mean having a good general level of English. However, fluency is more specific than that. Fluency means you can speak smoothly without stopping, hesitating. Part 2. Rule number 1. Get out there. There are many things you can do to improve your English fluency. However, if you want to become more fluent, there is one thing you have to do. Get out there and speak English. Talk to people and have conversation regularly. Nothing else you can do is important as this. Reading English will improve your reading. Practice your listening will improve your listening. Speaking English is a practical skill. It's not more like doing a sport or playing a musical instrument. You need to practice regularly to make any progress. You can go to English classes to practice your speaking. But anything you do which is in English and which will make you speaking is just as good. Part 3. Get used to pressure. Speaking in a foreign language is hard. Situation which would be easy in your language can feel almost impossible when you have to do them in a foreign language. That's how it is. It's easy to imagine when you start learning another language that you will research a point where everything is easy and comfortable. But unless you live in a foreign country and live complete inside that culture, that won't happen. Trust me, I've studied several languages at this point in my life and speak them quite well. But it never feels easy or comfortable. Why we are talking about this? I'm trying to motivate you to go out and speak more. Practice more. To do that, you have to accept that it will feel difficult, uncomfortable, and intimidating of the time. That's how it's it. Don't let it stop you. You can still practice, you can still communicate, and you can still improve. Part 4. Speed reading. Find a text in English. It can be something from a textbook, newspaper, from a blog, or anywhere. The text should be fairly easy for you. Don't choose something with a lot of news words or something which is way above your current English level. Sit down with a timer, read the text aloud, time yourself. Now read it again, try to beat your previous time. Keep going like this. See how you pause, you can read the text. Part 5. Using songs. Find a song in English. Choose something which you like. Find the lyric online. If you don't know where to look, just put the song title and the word lyric into Google. You'll find them. Play the song, read the lyric, sing. Like with speed reading, this is a good technique to practice the physical side of fluency. When you sing a song, you have to go at the speed of the song. Start with the slower songs, then choose faster ones. Try to choose something that's positive but challenging, so you can sing the song, but it's difficult to go fast enough. Again, this will really help with your fluency. Speed reading and sing songs are good for physical fluency. But what about the mental side of fluency? Part 6. Learn language in chunks. Here's a question. How do you learn vocabulary? When I see students learning vocabulary, often it looks like this. People write down the English word, the translation in their own language, and then they try to memorize it. But what does that have to do with fluency? Think about it. If you learn language like this, you are making your brain do things in a very unnatural and complicated way. First of all, you're learning each word individually, but when you speak a language, you don't need individual word. You need phrase and sentence. Secondly, if you do this, you learning English through your own language. You're not learning to speak English. You're trying to learn to translate your language into English in your head. So, does this sound familiar? You have a sentence in your head, in your own language. You move through the sentence, translating each the word into English. If you don't know the translation of a word, you get stuck. You feel bad about your English, and you stop speaking. You need to break habit if you want to speak fluently. First of all, this way of thinking and speaking is always slow. It will always be slow because you're trying to do too many things at once. You're trying to think and remember things into language. It's too difficult for anybody. So what can you do? We said before that you need phrases and sentence when you speak. So, learn English in phrase and sentences. For example, imagine that someone asks you, "What are you doing this weekend?" Look at three answers. I'm going to see same old friends. I'm thinking of going for a bike ride. I might do some odd jobs around the house. Now, practice and remember the sentence and phrase. This is a much more natural way to learn vocabulary like this. It will be much translate. You'll remember the whole phrase and sentence that you need. Okay, that's the end of our lesson. I hope you learned something about spoken fluency and how you can improve your fluency in English. Thanks for watching.